was making music how I live my life. They chasing my dreams because I know it's right. Smile all the time, but still stay cold as ice. Seeing through these fake smiles, they just supposed to guys. I've been working for years, sometimes overnight. Sharing these dollar bills, your account still frozen right. Not getting what you want, it's time you earn your stripes. Never fall for yourself, then why the fuck would I save your life? Graduated from drinking, but still get high as kites. Gotta pay the cost for this boss and never ask the price. Cash rules everything, you better listen twice. After that, your ass still broke, then you not hearing right. I've been waiting for years for the hope to arrive. Simply stuck up in my ways, knowing I would survive. Face pointed at the ground instead of up at the sky. Now I know it's a lot better when looking to job. I've been waiting for years for the hope to arrive. Simply stuck up in my ways, knowing I would survive. Face pointed at the ground instead of up at the sky. Now I know it's a lot better when looking to job. Many men asking questions of me. I give them answers to knowing that they'll never believe. Got so many green thoughts, just collect them like leaves. Planting seeds, but they're all meant to turn into trees. Learn from Jesus, so I hang with the robbers and thieves. Tell them there's a better way if they listen to me. Nobody wanna hear, they all would rather just see. It's my job to live this life, cause it's destined for me. I used to chase money, now I chase an inner peace. I was stuck inside the maze, then I finally found the cheats. Life's a breeze when you refuse to live on your knees. Fuck permission, take it all without saying please. And I'm pleased every time a new album released. That's my gift to the world, another part of me. And honestly, I'm just doing this cause I wanna be. I make money just to give away, boost the economy. I've been waiting for years for the hope to arrive. Simply stuck up in my ways, knowing I would survive. Face pointed at the ground instead of up at the sky. Now I know it's a lot better when looking to job. I've been waiting for years for the hope to arrive. Simply stuck up in my ways, knowing I would survive. Face pointed at the ground instead of up at the sky. Now I know it's a lot better when looking to job.
Everybody, welcome back. This is your boy Reckless Talk with the Reckless Talk podcast. We are on episode 56, if I'm not mistaken. What's going down, my guy? What's good, man? How did that single come about?
Man, that's crazy. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I was kind of in a mood where life had just kind of kicked me a couple of times, but I was back on that upswing, and I kind of had a breakthrough that I was like, really came down. It was like, it's not about you. Like that was kind of the breakthrough. And it's like, you know, you can have your tough times. Everybody has their tough times. Like, you know what I mean? I could sit there and kind of complain about it, or I could, you know, do something about it. Right. And that song kind of came out of a tough situation that I was like, you know what? It's not really about me. It's about what I do with the tough situation and make it into a song. Right. So now you took something that was bad and you convert it into something that's positive and uplifting. And it's funny because like sometimes still, if I'm in a bad mood, I can listen to something I made when I was in a better mood and it'll change my whole day. You know what I mean? So I hope to do that for other people. You know what I mean?
That's what's up, man. Before we get into giving our shout outs, we got Dan in the comments. What's up, Dan? It's my boy all the way from Canada showing support. I appreciate you, my dude. For
that's what's up.
You have any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, I want to shout out. We'll talk about this later, but one of my original hip hop partners, his name's Tweeter. Give him a shout out because I wouldn't be where I am today without him. Want to also shout out to my business partners with the Exchange. Corpus Christi is a live music venue I'm a part owner in down here, and the band Trip Tonight I help manage. So you know we're all gonna rise up together on that one.
That's what's up. Big ups to all of that, man. For me, man, big ups to Low Rock Entertainment, Royal Government Outfitters, used to Rocco, Rich Alexander, OZ the DJ, PSK 13. I want to give a big shout out to my homegirl Emily Glazer. She's in England on tour right now. Safe travels with that. Big shout out to Cricket Moon, Bobby B, Bobby Bliss. Man, so man, Kid R&B, all of y'all, man. Big shout out to all of y'all, for real.
Man, I feel like I need a longer list, bro. Man, shit.
I was just about to say I got two more.
I need to get my list longer.
Big shout out to my guy Cooley and Rain Love, man. Big shout out to them, man. Amazing artists, amazing.
That's what's up.
For real.
Hell yeah, that's
definitely. Man, let's tell everybody where you from. You're from Virginia. You're in Corpus. How was it like growing up in Virginia, and how did you make you move to Corpus?
So it's crazy. So just to even start before that, I was born in Mississippi. Got a shout out. I was born in Jackson, Mississippi. I still got a bunch of family down there. I was raised in Natchez, Mississippi, small town. So I went from there. My parents moved up to Virginia when I was like 4. So I grew up pretty much my whole adult life in Virginia. And Virginia is cool. It's a mix of people. I had a lot of white friends, Spanish friends, black friends. It was just a mixing pot of everybody. So that was cool. I think that gave me kind of unique perspective on a couple things. So that was dope. But after I was there for a while, I just kind of got tired of that area just because I had been there for so long. So some of my friends were opening up some businesses and needed some help down in Corpus Christi, Texas. So I made my way down here. Been here for like 6 years right now. It's cool. It's a growing, like Corpus Christi is a small like little hidden gem, but it's a growing area by the beach. I didn't know they had palm trees in Texas like that, so I was like, okay, I can do that. I feel like they're not. I just feel like they're not telling people that on purpose. You know what I mean? Because they don't want everybody to come down here. But I came down here. I was like, the weather's good. It's like 72 degrees in wintertime, and there's palm trees everywhere. So like, you're not. You're gonna have to kick me out at this point. So
yeah, that's funny you said that because when I moved to Texas too, I realized I see more palm trees than I seen cactuses.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, I haven't found a cactus yet. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh no.
That's more like
funny.
Central Texas, West Texas.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Man, who inspired you to do what you do, and how did you get started?
That's wild, man. I mean, I've always been a fan of music. Just since I was young. I told a story the other day when I think I was like 5. I was at my uncle's house. And he was playing records. He was that song. I can't remember who sings it, but it's like, I be stroking. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
like, and I was like 5, and I was like, I be stroking. He said, boy, what you know about stroking? Of course I didn't know what the song was. I didn't know what the song was talking about. I was 5. But I just felt that rhythm, so I've always kind of had that side of me. I wrote my first lyric in probably high school. I shared it with my friends. He was like, "That's trash." I remember that. He was like, "Yo, it's trash," and he was right because it was trash. I'm not gonna lie, it was bad. So but that kind of built in me like never to want to have somebody say that again. You know what I mean? So I kind of had that competitive spirit. I was like, okay, nobody's ever gonna tell me that again. You know what I mean? So then fast forward to college. A couple of my homies used to, we used to freestyle at parties and all that stuff. And then one of my homies like actually recorded his own stuff. He had been doing it for a while. So he got me and my buddy Joe, we call him Tweeter, my buddy Tweeter on a song. And it was called Smart Guy. It's funny. It was the first song we ever made. But I heard it and I was like, heard my own voice, heard my own lyrics, like played back to me for the first time. And I was like, that's kind of tight. What's that? That. So then I got that little bug, and we were just making music for a while at that point, and that was probably a few years back, but that was right in college and after college.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Man, who would you say what artist
inspired me?
Yeah, inspired you music wise?
It's funny because like when I was growing up, like I said, we grew up with a lot of different people, mixing pot. So I had some friends that were from Puerto Rico, and they used to listen to a lot of Terror Squad, Big Pun, Fat Joe. So that was playing, and that was like, the DMXs, the Jay-Z's, Eminem came out around that same time. Like that was the whole mixing pot of everything, the Locks, Jadakiss. You can't go wrong without that. So I was from Virginia, so I had a lot of that New York style rap was super influential to me, my sound. And just things that I listen to a lot. So all those artists kind of mixed together.
Yeah, that's what's up. Man, if you can do a dream collab with any artist, well, who would it be with?
Whew. That's a good one. Honestly, Nipsey Hussle, bro. Like, me and I had a before he passed, I had a graffiti homie and a guy named shout out D Green Films, Dorian Green. He does a lot of videos around. You might have heard of him. He does a lot of work in Houston. But we were going to California to do a mural, and he was going to record a video for Nipsey Hussle. So we came up there. We had a crazy road trip. It was a great time. And I had really never heard of him before. This is probably like 2016 or something like that. I had never really heard of him. So I came in, I was like, oh, so we had that cool experience. So that was always like a monumental kind of thing for me. And then like I got to listen more of his music, and he was really he was really cutting edge, you know what I mean? Like on another like mental plane with business, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he was smart, like he was because I'm a business guy. Like I love entrepreneurship, business, like I study that kind of stuff. And he was really, really smart, like rapping about vertical integration. It's like he was so far ahead of his time and really making moves in that direction to bring, you know, the attention that you can get from music into the financial business side of things, you know, real estate, different brands here and there. Like, so that I respect him on every angle, you know, kind of like a Jay-Z type, but even like in a different way, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I would say Nipsey Hussle for real, because like he just was the full package, like about just across the board, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that. I like that. That's a good answer. I definitely like that.
Yeah.
Man, what advice would you give to inspiring artists?
Just do the work. Like people be thinking too much about stuff and not their outputs aren't matching what they want, you know what I mean? Like if it's like treat it like you're a farmer. Like I think every artist should be like, I'm a farmer. Like what does a farmer do? He wakes up early, he goes, plows the field, plants the seeds, waters it, goes to sleep, and wakes up and does it again. Like if you're not putting that kind of work in, like what do you really want what you're saying you want? Right.
Yeah.
Like so it's like go a farmer or going to the gym, right? You got to put the work in to see the results, period. And that's what I would say. And if you aren't going to do it for the next 5 to 10 years, then you probably shouldn't even start doing it right now, to be honest. Like, because you don't know when that's going to break for you, when you're going to get that lucky break, or when you're going to, you know, get that return. But you have to have that long-term mindset about it. Like, this is what you do. It's not like, you know, oh, I'm going to, you know, do this for, nah. Think if you want to do it in 5 years, 10 years, give yourself that time, put that work in, and then it's a math equation at that point, right? Like if you put the 1 + 1 + the 1 + the 1 + the 1 every day, you're putting that time in, you're gonna be good. Like people are gonna hear you, you know, you're promoting it, you know, putting it out there, like people are gonna you're gonna get your break if you keep showing up, you know what I mean? But
Facts.
it's not,
Facts.
don't try to be quick about it, because what they said that nothing worth having was done quickly, or something like that.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. And definitely some good advice. Man, let's talk about your creative process. What is that like when it's come to making your music?
Honestly, it switched over time. Because back in the day, I used to, you know, make music with my homie Tweeter. I said, shout out to Beer and Black. You can look us up on Spotify if you want. It was a long time ago, college music, talking about some crazy shit. But anyway, but these days, really, it's like I was going back to always, you know, showing up and working on something. I try to always have one song that I'm working on and make sure I finish it, right? Like I'll sit there, like if I say I have no song, I just finished a song. I'll go in, I'll check out. I got some homies that send me beats. I'll go on BeatStars, might go on YouTube just to get a vibe going, and I'll just listen to a beat, listen to a beat, listen to a beat. Nope, not that one. Nope, not feeling that one. Not quick. If it doesn't catch me in the first like 15 seconds of the beat, then like I'm not gonna get caught. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
so, and the person listening to it's probably not gonna get caught either, right? So I'm just skip, listen, and then I'll hit one, it'll hit me, and I'm like, okay, sit there and vibe. And for me, I feel like I have a writing process like a little bit like Jay-Z, obviously not as good as Jay-Z, but where the beats tell me what to say almost, right? So like some people I'll write sometimes, but the beat influences what I'm gonna rap about. Like what is that beat saying? Like how does that beat feel, right? Like because you might write something over here and then try to do it to this beat and the lyrics don't even match the beat, right? Like you're talking about something over here, some chill like introspective thing, and this one's talking about party, 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 right? So it kind of has to match. So for me, when the beat is going, it inspires what I want to talk about, how I'm feeling. How does that beat make me feel? And then
Yeah.
from there is when I usually start with the hook, like, what's the thing that's good? Because the hook is the hook for a reason, right? You catch fish with the hook, you catch people's ear with the hook. So I start there. What's something a simple phrase or something catchy that's in my met, like what words come to my mind when I hear this beat. And something will pop in usually, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, write that out, and then from there I'll structure the verses around that, and then just kind of go back and I like to think of for me, music is almost like a physical art, like a painting. Like people have this process of they lay the first layer down, and they lay the other layer down, or like people like doing marble statues and shit, right? They chip away at it,
Yeah.
chip. So that's the way for me. It's like you're not just gonna go in and do it. Like you're gonna go in, you're gonna do it, and you might be like, that was all right. Okay, what if I switch that? What if I do that? So I used to be like, I guess when I was younger, right? I was more of like a young, quick guy. I'm gonna lay it down. Whatever I lay down is gonna be what I lay down. It's gonna be dope, and that's it. And that's how y'all gonna get it, you know. So there's a time for that too, but now I'm like more refined with the process. I want to kind of polish it up a little bit, take
Yeah.
some time with it. So, but I have some fun with it too, though. But and that whole process, though, if I'm really into it, could be like one day, though. You know what I mean? It might be like an hour, like 4 hour session or something like that. It doesn't have to be like a multiple days, or it might be like, come in, feel it. Okay, I have this idea that was an hour. Bet I'll go work on this tomorrow, right? Or just chunk it out, right? So I don't have to always do it at one time. I don't have to always do it one way, but I always need to be doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Man, let's talk about what you're working on next. I know you got an album coming out soon. But really I want to talk about your giveaway you're doing for this album with the
bet.
with
The
your
golden key.
The golden key. Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, I got this one right here, bro. This one, I'll send this one to you. Put it over there. That's yours. I get
USB
that
golden
one in the mail.
key.
Yeah, so basically what I'm doing is so the album is going to be called The Birth of an Artist, because again, I'm turning 40. I know I don't look 40, but I'm turning 40 August 27th this year, right? So a few months ago, probably like 3 months ago, I was like, damn, why don't I make an album for my 40th birthday? That would be tight. And then I was like, shit, I gotta make an album for my 40th birthday. So I just been banging a song, because what I did was I told people about it, and then I was like, damn, now I gotta do it, because I said I was, you know what I mean? So I like to follow through. I don't be like to say I'm gonna do stuff and not do it. So I told some friends, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make an album. They're like, all right, cool. So then I started working on it, blah blah blah, chopping it up. But so basically for me, like keys are kind of super important, right? Like I feel like knowledge is a key, right? It unlocks certain things. Like you might be able to hear a phrase or hear somebody say something, and it changes the way you think forever, right? So
Yeah.
to me, that's like knowledge. Knowledge is that key, and black and gold is my thing. So it's like a golden key to unlock my artistry kind of thing. That's why
Yeah,
it's
I
the
like
birth
that.
of an
Yeah,
artist,
man. That's
right? So yeah, and I was like, you know what? Like, cause I had done music for a while, and then I kind of like took a little break because my homie had a kid, so he had to kind of take care of that, and switch job roles, do something a little more lucrative. You know what I mean? Because the music money is a grind, so he had to kind of take care of the family, and that's completely understandable. So I kind of took a back seat, was doing managing artists, and making music, like featuring on other people's stuff and stuff like that. And I never really, because we were always a duo, so I never really considered myself a solo artist. I never really wanted to be honest. And I was just like, something came over me. I was like, you know what? Like the time is now. Why not? I feel like after that many years, I've learned enough to put into some songs. So, and then I was like, from there, I'm like, whatever. I just always want to be working on music because I enjoy doing it. Like when
Yeah.
it comes down to it, it's because I like to do it. Like I don't have to do it. I could do a bunch of other. I do a bunch of other things. I'm all over the place because I like, right, but nothing replaces that feeling of not having a song and then making a song, and now you have a song and you enjoy listening to it, and then other people enjoy listening to it. You can't reproduce that. You just can't make that up doing anything else, really. You know what I mean? So it's just I'm in love with the process of making music, of creating in general, but like of making music and making songs. Like I just want I'm gonna take it BB King style, you know what I mean, and just keep on playing, just keep on
Yeah.
playing. He probably still playing. I don't. But so just keep that going.
I know that must be an exciting feeling with this being your first solo album.
Yeah.
So congratulations on that, man. For real.
Appreciate that, man.
Man, what legacy would you like to leave in your music when it comes to your music?
Like I think it goes back to that golden key concept again, right? I would love, because I there's countless hip hop songs I've heard where I heard a line and it just changed the way I thought. Changed, and so that's what it is kind of elevating people to a new consciousness. That's a big goal, right? But like, and a new consciousness could be a small thing. It doesn't have to be like this grand thing. It's just instead of like working for or spending the time that you work and getting paid hourly, make your money work for you. That's a completely different way of thinking, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I want to little nuggets like that, little approaches to life, little like reminders. Like I have a song called I don't even know the title. I ain't gonna lie to you. It might be called Changes. Who knows? We'll see at the when the album's released what it's called. But the hook is like every day is gonna stay the same unless you make some changes. You got to put yourself around more success because that shit's contagious. You know what I mean? Like just little things. Like, oh, it's in my head, it's catchy, but like if you live your life like that, it'll change your entire existence. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
really want to just have it be like relevant and catchy, and it feels good, and you can sing along and whatever. But is really really reprogramming your brain type shit, right? Like really just changing the way you think about stuff. Like, because if you do that, then you can change your outcomes, right? So, and unless you do that, you're not going to change your outcomes. If you don't change the things, you get the same thing. So, like, just gems like that. I love like I'm the guy. That's why they call me Jeristotle. My shout out to my homie Tweeter again. I keep talking about that dude, but he's one of my best friends. But he's like I wrote some quote on Facebook like 7 years ago, like just some random ass quote because I just like quotes. And he's like, Jeristotle strikes again because my government name's Jeremy, right? And I used to go by J Rock for the longest time, but for my artist name is Jeristotle. But he's like Jeristotle strikes again because I'm always putting in quotes and saying off the wall type shit. So, but yeah, so he gave me that name, and I'm like, I'm gonna keep that. I like that. That's a good one. That wraps it up. Like who I am as a person is kind of that Jeristotle character.
Yeah. We have Leo in the comments. He said you're a really great interviewer. You're asking great questions, man. I appreciate that, Leo. But I can't take credit for that. I actually have a team behind me, and I have part of my team write to my questions. So shout out to my team, man. That's all the Reckless Talk crew right there that helps me out. But I definitely appreciate that. For real.
Sure.
Man, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
That's a great question. Honestly, so for me, I think, and this I've been working on this probably for like 40 years. But for me, I think music's like a campfire, right? I feel like it's like for me a way to start a communication with people, like not just one-on-one, but like a group communication. And then I start growing the campfire as I release more music and put out more stuff, and then just start talking to people, then collaborating with other people, and then like just figuring out ways in which we can help each other grow, right? So one of my biggest things, kind of like a passion project, is to help other creative people grow their business side of what they do. Because I'm a digital marketing strategist for like I do it for companies, lawyers, businesses, restaurant, all kinds of different people. So I've learned a lot. I used to be a web developer too, right? So I learned those skills, and I'm like, man, a lot of those skills aren't really being used like Google, Facebook, like paid ad strategies and stuff like that. Like it's easier to sell music that way because people actually want music. You know what I mean? Like you're not trying to sell a course, you know what I mean? Like you're just like, yo, here's a dope new song that you'll probably like. And they're like, you know what? I probably will like that song. Like, thank you for giving it to me. You know what I mean? Versus like, so like just helping people use strategies like that. But my biggest goal that I'm just gonna put out here into the universe, I really want to come up with like a formula that an artist can follow that guarantees them success. That's what I want. That's what I really, really, really want. Of course, I don't know if I'm smart enough to come up with that, but if I am, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try anyway, right? But I really want in 5 years, I see myself growing that campfire and speaking to more creative people to not only inspire them towards their own version of greatness, but also to give them the formula to do that, right? And I think that's part of what I'm doing right now is being my own experiment, right? Like I'm like, okay, well, and this is unfortunate, but I've learned over time that I can talk to people at my level and get them to a certain level, but unless I raise my level, they're not going to be able to hear me at that level. So I'm raising my own level by doing, taking my own medicine, right? Like I'm not just telling you, like you see me doing the thing I'm telling you to do, and you see it's working. So do you want to
Yeah.
do it, do you want to do it or not, right? So like versus being like, so if you do this, like whatever, right? Okay, I hear you, and I hear everybody else. Where's the magic at, though? You know what I mean? So right now I'm just rubbing those sticks together, creating that campfire, creating that magic, building the base. If people are down to work and build their own creativity, I'm down to collaborate all day, every day, and we can just keep, because everybody can eat all the time, right? It's just like we live in a abundant time, right? In the digital world is the definition of abundance. You can create as many zeros and ones as you want, right? So, like with that mindset, I want other people with that mindset that are ready to put the work in and grow. And I think that when people kind of come together in that way, like, what do you want to do is the question. Like,
Yeah.
not, you know what I mean? There's not that many limits once you really kind of put that energy behind it. So that's the goal.
Facts. I definitely feel that, because I know for me, if you want to sell me something, you better be using that product, or you better have
Right, for
experience with it. You know
sure.
what I mean? Because I know me personally, you can't be like, well, Jay, check this out. I'm gonna give you some advice. You need to do this, this, and this, and this, and your podcast is gonna blow up. But if you
Yep.
haven't done this, this, and this, but you giving
Yep.
advice on this, this, and this, why am I gonna listen to you? So I
Yep.
definitely respect that, for real, definitely.
That's a shortcut. Like what you just said is the shortcut to life. Like, cause hey, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying that I don't know that you're right.
Exactly.
Like, how do I know you're right? Like, I'm not. Hey, I'm not mad at you. I appreciate your energy, my guy. But how do I know you're right?
Exactly, real shit.
So so that's just saves me time. I can't. A lot of people have a lot of things to say, so I gotta make myself a little formula on who to listen to, who not to listen to. You know what I mean?
Man, what would you say is the hardest thing when it comes to breaking into the music industry?
Having the right
Let
mind.
me rephrase that,
Go
because
ahead.
you've been in the music industry for a while. So let me rephrase that question. What is the hardest thing in breaking into the music industry as a solo artist?
I really think it's the mindset of like being like, what are you trying to accomplish? Like, you know what I mean? Because I think a lot of people, if they had a better understanding of reality, they might actually get the big dream. So what I mean by that is, one, that putting the work in. Are you making music? Is your music good? Like be humble about your stuff and be out there working and networking and talking to people. And the hardest part about it is like you see the unicorns a lot of times. Like we glorify the unicorns, right? And people are like, I want to be a unicorn. It's like everybody wants to be a unicorn. Like even if you take it in the business context, it's funny because they call $1 billion company a unicorn. I want to be a unicorn. It's like, well, like, are you 100 coin yet? Like,
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like of course you want to make Drake money. Who doesn't? Like, obviously, why wouldn't you? But like, are you making like the next level up money yet? So start, like, have big dreams, but have realistic plans, right? So that's what I would say the hardest thing about it is people going into it with a mindset of quick wins and not having a mindset of that hard work and the long time, that if it takes 10 years, because every person you saw pop overnight has been working for 7 years to get to that point where they popped overnight.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's the part that it's not sexy to talk about that. It's not like, you know what I mean? But that's the truth of the matter, is that it takes that work to get there. So that's really the hardest part, is having the right mindset to succeed.
I like that, man. Would you say your culture played a background or influenced you in your music?
Yeah. I think it's just like not the deep struggle, but the everyday struggle. Like like I don't know if everybody's had a 9 to 5 or not. Like, I mean, blessings to if you have a job, you're blessed, be happy, like hustle at it, work hard at it, and think about the next step and move to the next step. That's my little that's my public service announcement part. But I couldn't stand that shit. Like, I'm just not built to be in that box. I did it for a long time. The longest time I really had a job for is 2 years. 'Cause I started getting stir crazy, switch job. I mean, I always upgraded, don't get me wrong, but just that 9 to 5, man, I just couldn't really do it. So that felt like a struggle. I felt like a long time for now I feel good because I really figured out my path, but for a long time I felt like I was two people, right? I was the 9 to 5 Jeremy, and then at night I was rapping and doing just like hood rat ass shit with my friends, right? Like just because that's what I wanted to do, but I can't do that, and so I was just back and forth, and that balance between those two is what kind of eventually formed who I am as a person right now. But it's that understanding of the different extremes of life, because I have friends, that have not made the best decisions, you know what I mean? Had to deal with those not making the best decisions, and then friends that were born millionaires, you know what I mean? So like I really play the spectrum when it comes to people. Like I have a wide range of friends and a wide range of experiences. So that all together kind of culminates in my music.
Yeah. Can you describe your personal style and how it evolved over time?
Yeah, my personal style is minimalism, straight up. Like, how it evolved over time. That's crazy. I wish I had a slideshow because I went to college in an all blue jumpsuit and blue Tims, like straight up. Like, it was that time period. That was my
Yeah.
mode. And then at the end of that, after college, I was wearing more like button ups and stuff like that at the end of there because I had to acclimate in a little bit in that way. Then the business first couple companies or jobs I had, I was wearing suits to work and stuff like that. So that was crazy. And then after that, I had the freedom, so I just kind of relaxed. But now, black hat, t-shirt, tan pants, white custom Jeristotle shoes because that's how I'm living right now.
All
And
right.
then I wear that every day. Obviously, I changed I got like 20 of these shirts, 20 of these pants, and a couple pair of the shoes, but every same outfit. Because I have a lyric in one of my songs is like, "You can dress like me at Comic Con," because I just it's just funny because I just like all the people at my one of my music venue that I a part owner in. I go there and they're like, for Halloween, we're all gonna dress up like you. Like I just wear that. I like that consistency. I've really done some research. There's a lot of like artists, a lot of like Steve Jobs, like a lot of fashion designers. They really just wear the same thing. And for me, it was just like I don't like deciding what to wear every day, so I don't do that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like everybody has 100 decisions. That's a arbitrary number. It could be whatever, but you have a set amount of decisions every day, and I feel like I don't want to spend one of them on deciding what I'm going to wear. You know what I mean?
I definitely get it, man. Because I know in my closet, man, most of my t-shirts are red or black.
Yeah. Simple,
Exactly.
simplicity, like simple. I used to be making things all complicated for no reason. You know what I mean? Like just that's all. I look back. I'm like, man, I really could have did that easier.
Yeah.
Like life
Yeah.
could be a lot easier. So now I'm on that. Like, how easy can I make this and still achieve my goals and do the thing? But like, it don't got to be complicated, bro. It really the answer really is probably the simple one that you're ignoring is probably the answer. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Facts. Before we end this interview, man, is there anything you would like to say to your fans?
I appreciate y'all, man. And y'all, I'm fans of y'all. That's what I want. Like, I'm fans of the human experience. I'm fans of the everyday struggle. I'm fans of the real life, real shit, real problems, real bills,
Mm-hmm.
like type shit. Like, cause that's life. That's life. You know what I mean? And it's not easy. Nobody tells you. They don't give you that instruction manual when you're a kid. Like when you're a kid, I feel like you're in a hurry to be an adult, and you get there, you're like, hold on. Y'all didn't tell me about all y'all didn't
Exactly.
tell me about y'all didn't tell me about the bill, man. Y'all didn't tell me about, you know what I mean? So, you know, I appreciate y'all for making it every day, making it through each day, because it's not easy all the time. So
Facts, big time facts. And you right about that, man. We was always told as kids to enjoy your childhood, but we was never told why.
yeah,
I wish we was told why back in
yeah,
the day. Cause damn.
yeah, yeah. It's like, oh, that's what you meant. Yeah, yeah,
For real, for real. But man, in
yeah,
saying that, we're gonna go ahead and end this interview, brother. Man, I appreciate you coming on, taking time out today to
for
come
sure,
on here.
definitely.
I wish you success beyond your imagination, brother. And if you're ever in town, man, hit me up and we'll definitely link up for sure.
That's what's up, man. This is my first podcast to promote the album. So I appreciate you, man, for
What's up,
sure
brother?
having me on. It was super
Yes,
dope,
sir.
good time, man. I definitely gonna promote the podcast as well. Get you some more views and attention and all that stuff because you're doing a good job, bro.
Man, I definitely appreciate that, for real, for real.
For sure.
And saying that, man, we are done. Everybody that's watching, everybody's gonna be watching in the future. I appreciate y'all coming through. Hit that like and subscribe button. There's gonna be a bell down there somewhere, especially if you're watching on YouTube. We are live on YouTube and Facebook. So if you're watching on YouTube, find that little bell, hit that notification. So when I post videos and do episodes, y'all get the notification and y'all can come. Man, and saying that episode.